Alright. Oh wait, actually, I already have a camp all the way over there. I remember, I used to be obsessed with Pokemon when I was a, like, very little kid. It was because, my friend at the time was obsessed with it, so naturally I did as well. But the thing is, I don't think we understood how it worked, for the most part. I had, like, the experience I had came from playing, and you're gonna get a good laugh out of this, Pokepark 1 and 2. Speaking of which, please make a Pokepark 3, I'll play it. And I'm not even a Pokemon guy. So bad? No, I think Pokemon's great. Although, if you want me to be like, if you want like my hot take, Nintendo really needs to step up their game with what they're making, because like $60 for a game where, you know, CG model, low CG model of the thing kind of just rotates and things sparkle, like this ain't the 90s no more, dude. Step up your game, dude. Or at the very least, if you're not, don't charge us so much. Yeah, that's all I got for that. This is probably a more controversial thing, but like, I think media literacy with a lot of people is kind of dead. Take like you can have like stories that touch like really serious topics, and you can do them well. Now there are examples of not doing it right. The first thing that comes to mind for me is like DMC the reboot for like Virgil shoots a pregnant woman because you're edgy and horrible. Like, it doesn't work for a variety of reasons. It's like getting punched in the face. It's by a stranger. It's unnecessary, and you don't even know why they did it. Now something like Berserk, which has a lot of stuff that I cannot talk about on here. And same with Chainsaw Man, which I'll get to that in a second. Like, Berserk has a lot of very disturbing things that happen, but they're all to show how gruesome this world is. I'm still doing it, by the way. And, my view might change, but it's not just to make you go, ugh. It's to show you the state of things. It's like, even for a medieval setting, things look pretty fucked in my opinion. Let's see if I can lure him over to crazy. Good boy. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Another example, this one of like something bad would be like, there's like two kinds of bad ones that I can think of off the top of my head. There's like the ones where it's just for shock value, example DMC Devil May Cry, the shitty reboot, and Urban Spooks, what was it called? Whatever it is, Urban Spooks, analog horror thing. I'm not gonna dive into it, there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about. I think the concept was, like, genuinely really smart. Like, it's about a serial killer, does a lot of terrible things, but, you kinda lost people at some point, where, like, it's not even, like, some supernatural being or this originally. It's just a terrible person. I'd say that's, you know, just as scary as, things like Mandela Catalog and Vita Cardis with the mimics. Real life people can be just as scary. But you kinda lose it, when, for example, you put, like, one of the main gimmicks of the antagonist, whatever his name was, the murderer, was that he would do these paintings of his victims. And what was really smart about this wasn't just the way that, like, it was written, but also just how the character, like, painted, these events, because it was like a mix of, like, abstract and realism, so sometimes it looked very realistic, and other times it just didn't. And I think the point of it was so that you were basically like, oh, I don't know if that's real or not. Like, did he really do that? And it's really well done, genuinely. But as time went on, one of the paintings, had, what was this? Good job, fellas. One of the paintings, was of a victim of something I can't talk about. And, and apparently this same one, was someone who, it's the kind of person that probably, like, normal people shouldn't have to experience this, but even more so, this kind of person, which makes it very disturbing. But the most disturbing part is the fact that the creator, put that painting of that character on shirts and sold it. Like, say what you want, but, like, whether, like, the rest of it was done for shock value, which in the end, yes, it was. It is literally just shock value and scary images. It's not scary. It's cheap, and it doesn't work. It's why a lot of analog horror stuff doesn't work, unfortunately. But, again, you had a really good concept on your hands. What the hell? Why did you sell that? Did you want people to, like, buy your thing and then look at it like, oh god! Cause slow burn type stuff is good, but not if you're gonna have people pay for that. Yeah, yeah, don't do that. But a good example, aside from like Berserk, is Chainsaw Man, which is something a little more recent. Without diving into a lot of things, what's the hashtag? Hold on, I need to look it up. Yeah, male victims. I wouldn't say of what. Um, but they aren't taken seriously, and one of the big things that Chainsaw Man kind of talks about, without even using its words, is how easily manipulated young men can be, just as much as anyone else. Geez, it's almost like regardless of gender, you should still treat people right. It's crazy, I know. A victim is still a victim. That kind of stuff. So when I see terrible shit happening to people and whatnot, and I hear people be like, "Ooh, worst ever," man, it's like, shut up, dude. I think those people are the ones that are in the most danger, because they're the ones that are, like, if that happens to them, they're gonna be manipulated. And if you get manipulated and someone has control over you, that's the worst possible thing that could ever happen. One of the worst things. There's a lot of worse things. But that's pretty high on there, on something terrible someone can do to you. Is to control you. Relinquish you of your freedom. But yeah, Chainsaw Man talks about that, and it doesn't do it for shock value. It genuinely has a story to tell, and a message to say. Which is that male victims are not taken seriously very often. That's all I got. Alright, I'm gonna post this now.